Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Smeargle challenge. This time it is set in Pokemon SoulSilver. So when I first played Generation 2 in middle school, which dates me a little bit, the first game that I got my hands on was actually Silver. My buddy had Gold. We were able to trade back and forth. It was a really neat experience. I started playing Pokemon with Pokemon Blue, but I played through Silver as my first Gen 2 game, and I loved it so much. I love all the different generations. They are great. They have flaws, and they have good things with them as well. So, as kind of a nostalgic callback, we are going to play SoulSilver. Now, we of course have ourselves a special copy of SoulSilver to where Professor Elm will give us a Smeargle. We are in no way, shape, or form emulating this, not even a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about Smeargle. We have in the previous video, so I want to do it again. Smeargle is a single-stage evolution Pokemon introduced in Generation 2. Now, like other single-stage evolution Pokemon introduced in Generation 2, it's forgettable. It's not a great Pokemon. It has abysmal stats. Its stat total is 250. Which you can EV train for a little bit better stats. And we have ran through Fire Red and Emerald with a Smeargle. It's been fun, fun, fun. I'm serious. It has been a blast. So I want to do it on a Generation 4 game. And we're starting with the remakes. I will eventually get over to Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. I don't know a lot about those games, and they're probably my least favorite in the series if I'm being honest. But hey, we're gonna play. Now, Smeargle does have something that the other Pokemon introduced in Generation 2 do not have, which is a gimmick. There are some other gimmick Pokemon like Delibird that only learns Present, but it can learn other TMs. Smeargle, on the other hand, can only learn Sketch. It learns Sketch at level 1 and every 10 levels after that, giving us 10 potential sketches to learn. Sketch is a move that will copy the move last used by your foe and copy it forever for use. So that makes it really neat because we can get a lot of different moves. We have the entirety of the game to figure that out. And I've already actually got a couple of moves set aside that I think we want. We did learn in Emerald that, Belly Drum is a great move. Smeargle can sweep teams. Obviously, if you had other Pokemon, they could do it a lot better, but that's not the point. We are going to play through. So, what I've done is I've saved my game, because we want to roll our Smeargle, just like with every other challenge. I think we want to get like a Hasty Nature, or Naughty rather, or Adamant, something with a +2 attack, because I think we're going to be using physical attack moves for the entirety of this game. Since we are playing Generation 4, there is a chance that a Smeargle can have Technician, which is a neat ability. Technician takes moves that have a base power of 50 or less and multiplies their damage by 1.5. Oh my goodness. I'm reciting this off the top of my head. I don't have a script. Like, we do this at the, we shoot from the hip. So I want to find a Smeargle, which could take a little while, that has both Technician and a +2 attack nature. I would prefer a nature that doesn't have a -2 defense or special defense, but we will take it, and hopefully we can do some EV training and things like that. I don't know SoulSilver as well as I know regular Silver, so this is going to be interesting nonetheless. But let's walk in here. I'm actually going to make a save here, on our DS, because that's totally legit. And we're going to speed this up, because of course I forgot to change the options. And Professor Elm is going to talk about a neat little thing that happens in SoulSilver and Heart Gold. It's the only games that do this, but you can actually walk with your Pokemon. So, over here in the little machine, we actually have a Smeargle as a choice. When I played through my original run of Silver, Totodile was the Pokemon I chose. Blastoise was one of my favorites in Gen 1. I liked water types. I am a big fan of Cyndaquil, though. I used him through every single playthrough after my first playthrough of Silver. So we're going to touch the ball to get our Smeargle, which we have to bring our finger and touch it. Totally legit, right? Oh, and I forgot to give him a nickname. I did not mean to do that, but it's okay. Giving the Pokemon a nickname while trying to roll the different things is a little bit of a pain. So let's look at this guy. He's got a quirky nature and own tempo. Now, own tempo is a good ability. It prevents us from being confused, and we actually won our battle against Norman because of that. As far as IVs go, you can't really check those, the individual values, but it does look like we have decent IVs for attack, defense, and special attack. Okay IV for special defense, and a really good IV for speed. As we roll through the Smeargles, you'll be able to see the different IVs that we can choose. Now, before we do this, let's go to text speed fast. We want the battle scenes off, and we're gonna set the battle style to set. This way, it doesn't give me the option to switch out my HM slaves, because we are going to have to do that, right? So let's speed through this again. He talks about some different things. I wonder, we might make another save state and see if by selecting the Pokeball, if we roll the stuff. But again, let's grab our Smeargle, let's touch the Pokeball, and get it. We are going to nickname it this time. And I've actually messed up the spelling of Picasso, but for nostalgia sakes, we're gonna keep it with one S. It's supposed to be 2, but that's fine. And this guy is going to be Picasso 3. Right? Third run. Yes, that is the nickname that we want to give. Please stop talking to me. Oh my goodness. So let's see what this Smeargle has. It's a quirky nature and has own tempo. Okay. And as you can see, well, it looks like the IVs haven't changed. 8, 8, 8, 9, and 14. Okay. The nature changed. Reroll. Couple of things. Number one, you can't just soft reset like I was doing, or the save state. It's the same mon. I've actually had to come up here into the file and go down to reset here and actually reset the game. Go through talking to your mom, everything to roll the different things here on the Smeargle. Now, this has a brave nature, which is a plus to attack, but a minus to speed. So that's not the best nature for a Smeargle, lowering its speed. It does have Technician, and to know what the natures do, you can actually look at the different things, right? Brave lowers attack, so this is red right here, and it boosts, or I'm sorry, it boosts attack, so it's red, and it lowers the speed, so it's blue on this stat. So I am gonna make a save state, maybe, and we're gonna keep rolling and see if we can't get something better. Adamant is probably the best because it lowers special attack, which we're not going to use much. Brave raises attack and lowers speed. We have Hardy, which is the neutral one, which is funny because I've got Quirky. Is that the one I got? Yeah, Quirky, it raises special defense but lowers special defense, so that's a neutral nature. But yes, Hardy raises attack and lowers attack, that's the one we were just talking about. Lonely raises attack and lowers defense. Naughty raises attack but lowers special defense. So Lonely and Naughty wouldn't be bad. Adamant is what I want, though, obviously. And the EVs right here, or the IVs rather, are not great. So we gotta roll. We gotta roll. And this is what I have to go through. I have to go here, press B, go through Professor Oak telling us all about the wonderful world of Pokemon, give him my name, And I wanted to show on camera what I'm talking about. So I have no options to change anything while I'm in the bedroom here. We could go into the PC, and only thing in here is mail from Lyra, our friend. So it's not until you go downstairs and you talk to your mom that you get the options on the right-hand side. It gives you your bag, your trainer card, save abilities, and options. Now, one thing that I did wrong is you gotta come in here and set these, and we're gonna go with frame 5, and then hit confirm. I didn't do that. So, it doesn't really matter, but we see the Meryl. Lyra comes out from above Professor Professor Elm's lab. Meryl goes with her, and then we can go over and talk to the professor once again. It's a pain. Rolling this stuff is a pain, but it's what we're in here for, right? Challenges. So we'll keep the camera rolling whilst we see what this Smeargle's gonna have. And yes, every time that I've rolled this thing, which is about 10 times now, I have given it a name. Just in case. It would be easier to skip this step, but I don't want to. Just in case. Okay, that's enough of you. And it has a rash nature. Often dozes off. The rash nature gives us a +2 special attack and a lower 2 special defense, which we can see here. So, another reset. Oh boy. Oh man. So, quite a bit of rolling later. We have one with a naughty nature, which is a boost to attack and a drop in special defense, but our special defense IV is pretty decent, judging by what I see here. Speed is not great, but I think this is our guy. As Technician, I think this is good. Likes to thrash about. That's perfect. So, first thing that we have to do after talking to this guy is we have to go and try to get ourselves a move. Well, we gotta talk to Lyra too. I forgot about this part. Oh yeah, we gotta go show our mom. Look at Smeargle. Alright. Alright, give me the Pokegear. I don't need to know how to use it. Yes, he's gonna tell us anyway. And now we're off on a whirlwind adventure with a Smeargle. Just kidding. That makes sense, because in the original Gen 2, you never got his number and you just wandered about. So, the only move we have is Sketch. We need to sketch a move. And the problem is, we're going to outspeed most of the Pokemon on this route. So, my plan is to run around the grass until we find a level 4 Rattata, which I hope we can find, despite it being dusk. We might have to wait until the morning to try this out, but a level 4 Rattata is going to know Quick Attack. And through some luck, we can actually sketch Quick Attack as our first move, rather than getting something like Tackle, or any of the other potential moves that we have. But we also don't want to get over-leveled to the point where we run into some problems where we need like a Pokeball to stall a turn, things like that. So while I'm doing some grinding, I figured this will be a good enough time to start talking about the potential Smeargle moves. The potential Smeargle moves that we have are moves like Belly Drum, right? We're going to want something that boosts our attack. I think Sword Dance is going to be probably our best bet, because it is a 2-stage boost, and we only have to use it, was that 3 times before we're at +6 to attack? Yeah, definitely think that Rattatas are not on this route at dusk. So, Anyway, we're just gonna keep grinding away. I don't want to go too far just in case... Aha, never mind, there is a Rattata. In case we run into a Rattata, and it doesn't use Quick Attack right off the bat, we can go heal at Professor Elm's lab, and rinse and repeat this. So, I'm looking at moves like Swords Dance. I think that's going to be a good one. I think Spore would be a good move that we can learn from a level 17 Paris that we can find in the bug catching contest, which I believe are Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if we grind enough of this game, today is Tuesday, by Thursday or even Sunday, we could be at the bug catching contest and get ourselves entered in, take our Smeargle, and potentially be able to learn Spore. Spore is a move that puts a Pokemon to sleep, and what makes Spore better than any other sleep move is it is 100% accurate. Things like Hypnosis and Sleep Powder are terrible. Hypnosis is, what, 50% accurate, or base accuracy of 50. I believe Sleep Powder is 75, which makes it a better option, but Spore is 100. We definitely want to go that route. So, we're going to want some kind of attacking move, like, I don't know. Headbutt was a good one. Strength is a good one. Flash is a good one because of the critical hit chance. Maybe thinking something like Double Edge, an even bigger move. It does do recoil damage, but that's fine. I think it could be a good move. And we get stab off of that, right? So those are the options that we're looking at. You know what? We're going to head to Cherry Grove. This is probably where I'm going to run into the level 4 Rattata now that I've walked all the way away. No? It's going to call me a liar. We're going to grind in this grass. So, those are some options. Now, we are going to run into some Ghost-type Pokemon. I believe Karen has one. I know we have the gym leader, Morty, that has Ghost-type Pokemon. And our new normal moves and stuff are not going to work on them. So we are going to need to keep that in mind. And we're not going to get Spore or Swords Dance or an attacking move right off the bat. Another move that we could get is something like Leech Seed or Recover or Synthesis. Maybe we'll go Synthesis since we've used Recover 2 runs in a row. It's a good moveset. It works nice. And I believe Synthesis is actually something that we can get fairly early on with the Hoppips that we will run into on the route south of Violet City, heading to the Union Cave. But to start, I think it's going to be worth our while to potentially sketch like Defense Curl from the Geodudes and stuff that we could potentially run into in Union Cave. And then when we get to Whitney, we could sketch Rollout off of her Miltank. Because Defense Curl actually boosts Rollout, right? I believe it does. I know that was a thing in Gen 2 that made Shuckle kind of a beast. But those are decent moves. We could play around with moves like Shell Smash. And other moves like that, but I don't know. Anyway, we're going to continue grinding. We got it. We got it. We sketched Quick Attack. We quetched. So, I was looking at adjusting, you know, the time on my DS. And I was going back to, like, daytime because it was getting to be nighttime. And on Route 29, Rattatatas from levels 2 to 4 can be found during the morning and day at 5%, where they can be found at night at 15%. So now we have a priority stab move that's boosted by Technician. That's really good, all things considered. So, what we're going to want to do is talk to this guy. I forgot in SoulSilver, he makes us follow him around. I believe that he's going to give us the running shoes. That's why he's so much faster than us. There we go. And in Silver, you used to go in and talk to this guy. And he would give you a map card in your Pokegear, which is pretty neat. Right now, we just have the phone, and that's it. So, I think it's time to do a little bit of grinding on Smeargle to get a couple levels before we end up fighting our rival. And we now have a stab priority move. Reflecting back on what I said in the last clip, getting a move like Double Edge or Headbutt or any of those moves, kind of silly to even get those moves when we have Technician. We should utilize the ability of our Smeargle to its advantage, right? Yeah, he yawned loudly. So, that brings us up to some other options. And a good option is moves like Bite, right? We don't get the stab bonus, but a Technician boosted Bite would help us tremendously against Pokemon leaders like Morty. Moves like that is what we want to look at. Moves that have a 60 base power or less. So, it's time to go talk to the Pokemon Professor, get the Pokedex from Oak, and come back and fight our rival. Now, our first official battle with our rival. Now, I didn't think any of the Pokemon were going to be better than any of the others. His team is the same regardless of the starter he chooses, which we have to keep in mind that he's going to have a Ghastly when we leave Azalea Town heading to Ilex Forest. So, he gets Chikorita, right? Chikorita's not the best Pokemon, but there's some potential there for us later on. And instead of telling us his name, we pick up his trainer card, which is really weird, but it is what it is. So, that was a relatively easy battle. Technician boosted quick attack is really nice. Stab move, priority, all the things that could go right are right. Moving on. Oh, before I click out of this, the guy did stop us as we left Cherry Grove and he gave us the map card. Which is really neat, because this shows us places we've been. It shows things like Dark Cave and the entrances to it. We can kind of scroll all the way around and check out all these different routes, which is neat. Where is Route 42? When we get Surf, this route is going to be our haven for IV training, or EV training rather. So, anyway, we have that. We have the Mystery Egg, which is a key item at the moment. We're going to give that to Professor Elm and continue our journey.
Alright, here it is, our first gym trainer. We have leveled our Smeargle up a little bit in the Bellsprout Tower. It's a level 14. I did use its second sketch to sketch Defense Curl off of a wild Geodude in Dark Cave, because I'm leaning towards using Defense Curl rollout strats for a little while. Until we get access to the later part of Mount Mortar, we're not going to be able to get our moveset, and hopefully I'm correct. There is a move called Smelling Salts in the game that has a base power 60 that is physical, and it is normal. So we can do some serious damage with Swords Dance, Smelling Salt combination, but I think the Defense Curl rollout strats are going to work really good for, like, Morty. The only Pokemon that's going to pose a challenge to us, I think, is going to be the Ghastly that our rival has outside of Azalea Town. So, we're going to take Faulkner out. We could have went and sketched, like, Thundershock, but we tried that once already. So, it should be pretty good with a Technician boosted priority stab move. That's a mouthful. Pidgey goes down really easy. Luckily, it didn't use Sand Attack on us. So now the terror of the Johto skies, known as Pidgeotto, is coming out. You know, a lot of people say this Pidgeotto is an illegal Pidgeotto. I think this Pidgeotto was captured in Pokemon Yellow.
Oh. I should have held on to my sketch. I forgot that Roost even existed. This is Gen 4, right? And it looks like we're probably gonna lose this battle because of Roost. Yep. So... Oh man, I wish I would have looked up Faulkner's gym and his Pokemon and what they knew in SoulSilver. Playing through these runs, that's a lot of what I do. It's just looking things up and seeing, you know, who has what can I learn where. I did a bunch of searching to find the Smelling Salts, which is a base power 60 move, because we want to play around with the Technician buff. I should have saved before I did this fight. So that I won't keep losing my money. How much money do I have? Like 6,000? I should have let my mom save my money, and I should go back to her and deposit all the money I can. If I can do that. Let's see. I think we should buy some stuff. Like 10 antidotes just in case. We should probably buy like 10 paralyzed heals. That should keep us going for a little while. And I guess I'll spend the rest of my money in potions. That basically wastes all my money, so now we can just kind of throw ourselves at Faulkner. Quick little save, and let's do this. So his Pidgey's gonna go down really easy, but his Pidgeotto has Roost. And got a critical hit. So I honestly don't know if this is something that I can beat at this current moment in time. Because I'm only one level above it and our attack stat is terrible, you know, we could cheese it, right? Hit a potion. How'd I miss with quick attack? Well, we might have to go do a little bit of leveling up. We've got a couple of different grass routes that we can level up on. Right now it's just a battle of wits. Now, I normally don't like to use potions in battle because it's kind of cheesy. But the Roost thing is just ridiculous. Oh, I almost tricked the Pidgeotto there. So maybe we'll allow the use of some items in battle here. Alright. My goodness. There we go. We tricked it by keeping ourselves in low health, thinking that it could take us out. And we beat him. I know that was kind of cheaty, but what I really want to do is like reset and go back and learn Roost. I talked about learning Synthesis, but Roost would be a better move. It's unfortunate that we were a little hasty in our decision because I could easily get another 2 sketches. So, let's get the egg. And we'll have this on us for a little while. Perfect. So I forgot about the kimono girls. Yep. We're going to be messing around with them. There are a lot of changes to Heart Gold and Soul Silver from the original version, so... Anyway. We're going to make our way now to Azalea Town. We're going to be doing some trainer battles and things like that. We're going to go through Union Cave. There's not too much to talk about on Union or in Union Cave or on this route. Not a lot going on. There's a few Pokemon to mess around with. We could go to the ruins of Alph and mess around a little bit, which we're not going to do. And just continue our journey. Now, we are sitting in the Pokemon Center getting ready to head through Union Cave, and I went ahead and grinded a little bit to get another sketch, and I think we're going to sketch just, I don't know, some kind of rock move or something, whatever we can kind of find through Union Cave, so that we have a move against our rivals Ghastly. Otherwise, we'd have to lose all 40 of our defense curls and all 30 of our quick attacks. I don't want to do that. I don't want to use struggle strats. We've used struggle strats so many times before. But I have learned a few things. Like with Minecraft, this game has mechanics. We know some of them. We know that our nature changes things. And that right there where it says like to thrash about, that actually means something. So there is this nifty little thing called IVs and EVs with Pokemon. We've talked about them a little bit, and I want to take a minute to talk about them a little bit more, because I think I'm finally starting to understand them. Now, IVs are individual values, and you can't change those, you can't adjust those. They are randomly assigned to your Pokemon when you get it, when you catch it, things like that. So, there's not much we can do. There's no really way in-game to see them, but you can go online. On Cerebi, there is a IV calculator that's pretty good. I've dumped in these stats here: my HP, my attack, my defense, special attack, special defense, speed, my level, my nature, my characteristic, that's what that likes to thrash about is, and it rolls my IVs. Now, between levels 20 and 30 apparently are the best times to check this, because it's more accurate. So, right now, my Smeargle has an IV of potentially 11 on its HP, 4 on defense, 5 on special attack, and 17 on special defense, and 5 on speed. Now, you can have IVs anywhere from 1 to 32, and our IV for attack is 31. This is a very bulky Smeargle attack-wise. Our maximum damage, it says here at level 100, is 111 attack damage, but that's without EV training. Now, EVs are something you can adjust. Those are effort values, right? Every Pokemon that you battle in the game actually has an effort value assigned to it for when you defeat it. Let's take Pokemon like the, where is it? The Pidgeys that we were fighting on Route 29. They actually give 1 EV to speed. And apparently, for every EV you get, once you have 4 of them, it will culminate to a +1 to one of these stats here. So, for instance, if we were to find ourselves, let's say, some Ekans, we are going to get EVs in attack. Bellsprout as well, which is nice because the route that we're on right now has Ekans and Bellsprout. There are 510 EVs that you can actually give your Pokemon, and through just normal gameplay, you gain effort values every time you beat a Pokemon. You could sit here and make a very detailed list on which Pokemon you fight and KO, and this will tell you where your effort values are going. Now, competitive people typically will spread the EVs around to 2 different stats because you can only put in a certain max into certain stats. So it's 252 total EVs that you can put into one stat. If you divide that by 4, that's what, 80, a boost of like 80 something. I'm not going to do the math, but you get the point. Since you can do a total of 510 EVs, people will put the 252 into 2 stats, like let's say attack and speed, and then you have 2 more EVs that you can have, and they will dump that into one of the other stats. Now, for us, we're getting inherent EVs, and I don't know where we are, so what I'm going to do is raise my attack EV to the max. And we will do that later on in the playthrough, probably off camera. The rest of them, I'm going to try to float them between defense and special defense to boost those and a little bit into speed, because we're not playing competitive Pokemon here. But over on Bulbapedia, there is a very detailed list of all the Pokemon throughout the entire game and the effort values that are assigned with them. Everything has an effort value, and there are a few things that can boost EV training. There are things like the Macho Brace, which gives you +1 EV. So if you defeat a Bellsprout that normally gives 1 attack EV, you will gain 2. So on and so forth. There's also a thing called Pokerus, which you just randomly get. It's like a 1 in 20,000 chance. It's more rare than a shiny. And if you have a team and one of them gets Pokerus, that's great, because then it spreads to the rest of your team. Later generations have specific, like Macho Brace and things like that you can wear as a held item, and they will put more effort values into certain stats depending on what they are. And then there are berries that adjust your effort values to where you can feed the Smeargle the berry, and it will drop EVs off of different attacks. This way you can maximize your effort values. That probably sounded like a ton of gibberish, but just like the intricacies of Minecraft that we play on a regular basis, there are more to these games than just sending your mons into battle to beat up other mons, right? So, I've beat all the trainers, I'm level 21. We're going to try to find ourselves a decent move that can affect ghost Pokemon, because we are going to be fighting one very soon. It would be nice to get my hands on Bite, but we're going to have to do some research and figure out what we want to get and get through Union Cave and take on our next gym trainer, Bugsy. As far as all the Pokemon go with the trainers inside this cave, this is the hiker, I believe, that has an Onix. That is level 11, and it does no Rock Throw. It's the only Pokemon in this whole cave that is going to be able to give us any kind of move. So we're going to battle this guy. We're going to try to get Onix to use Rock Throw against us and sketch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit some defense curls to waste some time. Which this thing apparently is going to do the same thing. There's Screech, which will lower our defense. And there's Rock Throw. Sketch. There we go. So Sketch is a base power 50 move that is physical, and it has a 90% accuracy. So it's not great, but it's not terrible either. It's going to help us. It's going to be one of the first moves that I do delete when we get a chance to sketch something else. Now, Rock Throw also is a double-edged sword here. It's going to help us in Bugsy's gym as well. So, that's pretty good. I do want to replace Rock Throw with Rollout and use the Defense Curl Rollout strategy for a little while in this game until we can get into Mount Mortar and really start getting our hands on some good moves. So now we're facing off Bugsy. We did the Team Rocket stuff at the Slowpoke. Well, nothing really to talk about there. We ran through him rather quickly. Now, Bugsy has a Metapod, a Kakuna, and a Scyther. Metapod and Kakuna are not very scary, but this thing is, and it knows U-turn. So we're going to hit it with a Rock Throw and see what happens. One shot. Because it is Bug Flying, it is 4 times weak to Rock, which makes Rock Throw a very, very good move. The rest of these Pokemon cannot do anything to me. I could literally just quick attack them till they're dead. But hey, I don't know why they never gave these trainers better Pokemon, right? Not in the remakes, the original. Why did he have a Kakuna, a Metapod, and a Scyther in the original games? Why did Faulkner have a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto? Considering who was on the routes around the Violet City gym. I don't understand it. I don't understand why, you know, you don't see a new Pokemon in a gym until you get to Whitney, who has a Miltank. But why didn't she have a Snubbull, you know? The Miltank is fine, but some of these gyms could have been a lot better. We could have given him Spinarak and Ladybug, right? Or like a Ladian and a Ariados, or a Sizer even. Things like that would have been really cool. Why does, oh my goodness, I didn't hit the switch. Why does, Morty not have a Misdrevious, which is like the only ghost introduced into Gen 2? One may never know. But with that, we have our second gym badge, and now it is time to do our rival fight. It is time to do the stuff in Ilex Forest, which is going to be chasing the Farfetch down, getting the HM for Cut, catching ourselves a Pokemon that can use Cut, and then making our way to Goldenrod. Now, I have talked a little bit about Smeargle and potentially learning the defense curl rollout method. We're going to get another level or sketch here at level 31. We could learn rollout there, and then at 41 we could get rid of Rock Throw and go learn Spore. At level, let's see, that would be at level 31 we would learn rollout. At level 41 we would learn Spore. At level 51 we could learn maybe Smelling Salts, and then it would be level 61 before we got Swords Dance, which at that point we've should have beaten all of Johto by then. We might be still going on to Claire. So I don't know if I want to learn rollout now. I don't know if the next sketch I don't want to just take to the national park and do a bug catching contest and get Spore right away. Because it's not going to be too soon before we can actually get the moves, and maybe even sketching a bite would be better. I don't know. But let's save, and let's take on our rival, because we have this going for us. We could have learned, like, Odor Sleuth as well. We're going to kind of speed through this one. Odor Sleuth would have allowed normal moves to hit. Did I just get hit with a Perish Song? No. Rock Throw to take those two out. Bayleaf will get taken out with a few quick attacks. And there we go. Very, very easy battle. Right. Moving on. Through Ilex Forest we go, and to Goldenrod we will come out. Yeah, that made sense. Don't mind me.
We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. So today is Thursday, and we're doing the bug catching contest. A lot of things have happened, and we'll talk about those momentarily, but I sketched a Spore. We got ourselves this level 17 Paris. I did have to wait until the later part of the evening to do the bug catching contest. It seemed like I couldn't get these guys in the morning when I first did the bug catching contest, and luckily for us, the Paris paralyzed us because it knows Stun Spore, Poison Powder, Spore, and Leech Life. So we needed to be paralyzed or poisoned. Paralyzed was the best, and then what I had to do is I had to basically make a save state and then just roll a sketch and see if it would use Spore, because we're slower because of the paralysis. So what I'm going to do is we're going to finish out the bug catching contest here. We'll try to catch them on and see if it works. And then there's a few other things that I want to discuss after the bug catching contest is over.
Alright, we've made it to Whitney, and honestly, this should be a pretty easy fight. Smeargle should do pretty good at level 32. We have the other Mons on our team because eventually they'll be HM slaves. So, we're gonna battle Whitney. Now, normally, back in the day, Whitney was considered a very hard trainer, and I think that's because a lot of people like me chose Cyndaquil as our starter, and her rollout gets to be pretty nasty, sweeping teams relatively easy. We shouldn't have that problem. We should be able to two-shot the Clefairy after the heal, and if Miltank goes for a rollout like I think it will, we can spore it. We can put it to sleep, we can stop the rollouts, and it's not going to be a big deal. And as a matter of fact, I mean, we can preemptively put it to sleep. Oh, it's got a Lumberry. Oh, neat. There we go. Now you don't have a Lumberry. So now, rather than dealing with its rollouts or anything like that, we can take this literal tank down. Defensively, Miltank is rather bulky. And surprisingly enough, it stayed asleep for 4 sleep turns, which is pretty crazy. We will get it back down to the yellow here. And there it is, waking up. How many potions do these trainers have? And a lot of these runs, I try not to use items in battles. It was impossible with the Magikarp run. But for the most part, we've been pretty good about not doing it in the Smeargle runs, because I want this to be a battle of wits, not battle of wallets. But like I said, we're going to speed this up now. Whitney, very easy to beat. Especially being able to put it to sleep so it doesn't use Milk Drink. Otherwise, it would just be a crazy battle. I actually don't think it has rollout. Maybe it does, I don't know. You know, I'm basing a lot of my knowledge off of the actual Gen 2 games, and in reality, things have changed in the remakes. So, now that we've beaten Whitney, we can go get the Squirt Bottle, and we can go fight the Sudowoodo tree. Let's see. There we go. And move on to the Morty fight, where Rock Throw is going to come in handy. There are a few other things that we're going to have to do, like getting HM Surf. And I don't believe we have a Surf Yuzi, maybe for it? I don't know. So, yeah, let's take a stroll through National Park and make our way to Ecruteak. As a side note, there's a lot of HMs in these games since Gen 2, well, Gen 1 had 5, Gen 2 had 7. There was 8 of them, I think, in Gen 3. This generation's just as bad because Rock Smash has become an HM. They did get rid of Flash as an HM, but anyway, we've got Rock Smash from this guy right here to the right of the Sudowoodo tree. Makes it real nice, real easy to get, but a lot of the times people forget that that is where that HM is. So, as far as Pokemon go, I believe we can teach Sentret Rock Smash, right? No. But these two are able. I was doing a little bit of training with Nidoran because I do want to evolve it into a Nidoqueen, potentially for Surf, if Sentret can't learn Surf. The Togepi can learn it too. A Nidoran's going to be able to learn things like Strength. Togepi could potentially be our flyer, but I'm just going to teach it to Nidoran. And we're just going to get rid of whatever. There we go. Alright, now, the Ecruteak. I did forget about the rival battle that we have to have in the Burn Tower with Doof. So we're going to probably take him out really quick. Unless it does that. Which is a reflect, making physical attacks weaker, right? And Magnemite, not very effective. Come on. Oh, I did not plan to lose here. I didn't save either. There we go. Oh, yeah, we just won't use any attacking moves so that we die. Alright, let's go back and try that again. I kind of got lazy with the saving of the Smeargles as opposed to the Magikarps, where we actually had to save a lot with the Magikarps. So, there we go. Rather than letting this thing set up a reflect, we're going to put it to sleep so we can take it out. Oh, it's got to reflect up. Good. Quick attack's fine. Paralyze or static activated, but there we go. We beat him. So we got to go down and release the legendary roamers. It's no big deal. Luckily for us, I did waste a lot of money with some paralyze heal so we can fight this fire breather and get that item, and then jump down there and wake up the legendary dogs, which will get Morty to go back to his gym so that we can fight him. Another little change in SoulSilver versus the original games that I played is the kimono girls. We did not have to fight all the kimono girls, we just had to fight a rocket. This is kind of a waste, but whatever. And once we beat the rocket, then we were able to get the HM for Surf because we saved her. Perfect. Fight this guy, and then hopefully get to Morty really quickly. It's funny when you do this because you literally come down this ladder and then Yusin comes over and talks about Suicune and all the silly stuff, but when you first walk into this area, he tells you how he couldn't find a way down into the basement. Which is quite comical considering you come down this ladder. And I need to change the frame skips. There we go. Yep, it's the funniest thing in my mind because there's a literal ladder there. How did you not figure that out? So, we're gonna go heal, and we're gonna go through Morty's gym and take on the Ghost-type trainer himself. So not too long later, here we are. We're at Morty. We're gonna take him on. I think the only thing that's really going to affect us is if we get a curse from one of the Ghastly, Haunter, or Gengar that he has. Yep. Like I said. I thought we could one-shot the Haunter, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it to sleep before it puts us to sleep. We'll play these games with Morty, his own games against him. There we go. This way we don't get the drop from Curse. We'll do the same thing with Gengar. And it is a little bit tedious when we're missing rock throws and we have very little PP with it anyway. We have 5 chances to get this one gone, and we did it. Very, very quickly, very, very simply. I do believe that the Fog Badge, allows us to use Surf, which is really good. And from this point, the game really opens up, right? Many different things that we can do. As a matter of fact, let's take a look in our Pokegear here. Oh, you can see the roamers on the map immediately after Burn Tower? I did not know that. That's pretty neat. Of course, you don't see Suicune because you have to go get him at the end. I think you have to battle him and then go battle... We're playing Silver, so we're going to have to go battle Lugia. But anyway, from here, we can actually go, you know, to Mahogany. We can go to the Lake of Rage. We can go kill all the trainers and do this stuff here and the potential rocket stuff in Mahogany. I'm not 100% sure if we can actually do all those things before the lighthouse, but it is an option. We could go over to Olivine, do the lighthouse stuff, surf to Cianwood, get the secret potion, beat Chuck. Chuck is going to be a little bit of a problem for us because he has a fighting type Pokemon. So these are kind of our options. After we beat Chuck, Jasmine, and Price, they're going to want us to go back to Goldenrod to do the Team Rocket stuff. And then we can go to Blackthorn and fight Claire and her dragons. So looking ahead, where we're at now, I have 4 badges under my belt. I need 4 more to go to the Elite Four. I'm not really worried about Claire and her dragons. Normal type moves are going to work. We don't need super effective moves. And we are opening the game up to where we can start getting some of these other moves that we have wrote down here, like Swords Dance, right? So Price, I'm not too worried about either. Ice types aren't too strong. They are some of them are a little bit bulky defensively, but it's no big deal. We can spore them to sleep, hopefully get Swords Dance to get a stat increase, and then sweep them with Quick Attack, or Rock Throw is actually super effective against ice moves. But Chuck over here in Cianwood has fighting types, and he's going to pose a little bit of a challenge because that is our weakness, obviously. So that could be an interesting battle. Now, I could take my next sketch and we could sketch Wing Attack or Aerial Ace or something like that that has a 60 base power, so that we get the Technician boost off of it. But Jasmine has Steel type. Flying type is not going to help us in the Jasmine fight. Not at all. Flying is not going to help us in Ice or with Claire. It is going to help us a little bit in the Elite Four when we go against Bruno, who I believe has a Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Machamp, and an Onix. But I'm more worried about Jasmine and her Steel types than I am anything else. So thinking about it, and looking at our Smeargle here, I think that it's going to be best, because we're going to get a sketch here soon. I think it's going to be best to get Swords Dance next, so that we can boost ourselves to take out and sweep gyms. I think if we put Chuck's first Pokemon to sleep, we Swords Dance, we can sweep his team. After that, I believe that it's going to be worth getting a fighting type move, or something that's good against Steel type. That's physical, because our special attack is abysmal with Picasso here, right? We have almost double the attack than we do special attack, so Ember or something like that is not really going to do us very good. If we get a fighting type move, that's also going to help us against Price, though I'm not really worried about his ice types. And looking later into the Elite Four and stuff, it's going to work. The only thing that we're going to run into and potential problem is if we run into any more ghost type Pokemon. With a move set of a normal type attacking move like Quick Attack, Spore, Swords Dance, and then a fighting type move, we're not going to be able to do a lot of coverage damage, right? With a fighting type move. Especially against ghosts. So, the option here is a couple of different things. We could use a move like Curse to inflict damage to him. We could learn Nightshade, but we've already done those strats. Or we can start scouring through the list of different moves and potentially get ourselves like a physical water move, which would be good against Jasmine's Steelix. And it's also going to be good against Lance's Aerodactyl, Bruno's Onix, Pokemon that we are going to have trouble with. We could go the flying type route like I said, with Aerial Ace would be a good move to sketch because it never misses. And a lot of different trainers like to use double team strats and stuff like that, lowering our accuracy with Smokescreen and Sand Attack. So I don't know. I really don't know what I want to do. I know that my next move is to delete Defense Curl and get Swords Dance. But there's a lot of things for us to consider from this point going forward. We could keep Rock Throw, but this 90% accuracy is kind of not working for us. So, it's time for me to do some research and gain my next sketch, and go into Mount Mortar, as a matter of fact, and see if we can't sketch us a Swords Dance. I believe there's a Pokemon in there that can get us something good. We'll see. Look at that, Centric can learn it. Wow. Interesting. There is another way. There is another way that we can get moves. But it's kind of cheaty. It's kind of cheaty. I have access to a move deleter that will delete moves for free, which I don't know about SoulSilver. If you can, but in Generation 2, you could. You could just delete moves, add moves, and this is a really, really cheaty way to get any move that we want. We're not going to use this, of course. I just wanted to mention it. Back in the day, when I played through the original Silver, one of my playthroughs, one of my mini playthroughs, we actually did that. We caught a Smeargle in the Ruins of Alph, and we used it as an HM slave, because I was tired of carrying around a ton of Pokemon, so I taught Smeargle how to fly, surf, cut, things like that, and that's how I did it, was with a Ditto, and flying back and forth to Blackthorn where the move deleter was. So yeah, that is an option for us, but we're not going to use it. Just a neat little thing if you really wanted to cheese this game something fierce. I don't have any moves that I want Ditto to learn, but if I wanted to, I could catch a Pidgey, right? We could teach Pidgey Roost, and we could go back and fight that Ditto, and it's only going to have 5 power points of every single move, so we can sit there and stall it out until the time is up with whatever, and use Roost, or learn Roost. We're not going to do that, but it's an option. Another change in the SoulSilver versus Silver games is coming over here. This hiker comes out of Mount Mortar and bumps into you and actually gives you the HM for strength. You used to get it in Olivine City in the cafe talking to one of the sailors in there. So, just a little change. Wanted to show that as well. I know that is something that we can do. Hey, Shadow Claw, neat. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spend some time in the water here on Route 42, because from surfing I should only run into Goldines and Sea Kings, which give attack EVs. So we're going to do a little bit of EV training here. I think our Smeargle is looking pretty good on attack EVs. But yeah, I'm going to spend some time getting to level 41 here on this route, and then try to go get us a better move than Defense Curl. So I've got a couple of things that I didn't take into consideration when I was looking up my moves and figuring out the moveset that I wanted to use. The moves that I'm looking at, I actually can't get until after I get the National Dex, which means I have to beat the Elite Four, and I don't really know how to get it after that, because Absol at Mount Mortar knows Swords Dance. So diving a little bit further into the game and looking at things, I can potentially get Swords Dance off Farfetch'd, but Farfetch'd actually doesn't learn Swords Dance until level 25. The first time that we can encounter a Farfetch'd with a Swords Dance is going to be outside of the Safari Zone, which I don't know if I can actually get to on Route 48. So I've got a couple of options here. Right now I have this Farfetch'd because it just used Aerial Ace on me. While I was out here searching for Swords Dance, I figured that this Farfetch'd could learn it. So, the options I have are to go ahead and sketch Aerial Ace now, which I'm gonna do. Right? We're gonna get Aerial Ace. Because I believe that that is a 60 base power move that never misses. Yep, it is a physical 60 base power move that never misses. So that's good, okay? That takes care of one thing. We're going to start battling some trainers, but I do believe that in Goldenrod, in the game corner or the... I should have caught Farfetch'd as a TM user. Let's head back to Goldenrod. Yes, so at the game corner, we can actually get Swords Dance for 4,000 coins. Now, this isn't like the old games. I do believe that we would have to sit here and play this game against this guy. So, he gets us a coin case, and we could potentially play this game. Right? And that would give us Swords Dance. And then what we can do is we could go catch like Eradicate or something like that that can learn Swords Dance, or even catch that Farfetch'd, which is probably a better idea. And then go use the Ditto tactics. That's worst case scenario if I cannot beat Chuck. Oh my. It's Voltorb Flip. Flip the cards and collect coins. Oh no. So yeah, this could take a while. So that is one option. So I think we're going to go with option B. I think we're going to go back up to Route 38. And we're going to make our way to Olivine. We're going to go up the lighthouse. We're going to fight all the trainers along the way. We're going to try to get our next sketch. And once we do that, then we're going to see if we can actually get out to the Safari Zone, because I don't know when we can. We did run into Barboa that runs the Safari Zone, so I don't know if we can actually go to it now or if we have to wait. It's no big deal either way. But wanting to play with a different moveset and mess around with different things is why I'm looking at Swords Dance. We could look at other moves like Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance would increase our speed and our attack. I'm sure there's other moves that I haven't thought about that we could up, Howl, Meditate, things like that. So maybe we will run into something like that. Swords Dance is nice because it ups your attack by 2 stages every time you use it. So we'd only need to use it 3 times, which we have a better chance of a Pokemon staying asleep for 3 turns than we do the other way around. So, with that being said, we've got Aerial Ace, so we've got to move against Chuck. It doesn't help us against Jasmine, and I know I talked about getting a fighting move and stuff, but inevitably what I ended up wanting to do is having a move that will never miss. And I think this one's going to help us at least have a super effective move against a type that we are weak to. I think we can stall with Sleep and stuff like that to beat out, Rock type and Steel type Pokemon. So let's make our way to, I guess, Cianwood. And for context, I looked in the grass here on Route 38 at the Farfetch'd and the Raticate, because it can learn Swords Dance as well. And what I had to do was basically go into a battle and use items to stall the turns. So I used up my X items that I have collected. I used up some potions. I came into the battles pre-weekend. And I went over to Route 39. And I didn't really fight any of these trainers. But I went over to Route 39 and battled some trainers over there. And We went to the Burned Tower, and I also went to the second floor of the Union Cave. Those are all places that you can find Rattata or Raticate at varying different levels. He's level 16 on Route 38, level 17 on Route 39, level 22 in Union Cave, and he is level 15 in the Burned Tower, which only has a 5% encounter rate. None of them know Swords Dance. When was the last time I saved? He has Eradicate. Ah, okay, it was before I went over to the game corner and got the coin case and all of that stuff, so we don't have to go get the coin case. We're gonna battle that trainer the same way and see if we can stall enough turns that it potentially, actually, let's go back to Goldenrod, and we're just gonna grab some X items, like X accuracies, something that's not really going to affect our playthrough, and see if that Raticate actually has Swords Dance. Essentially, what you have to do is waste enough turns that the Pokemon uses all 4 moves that it has. So I've done some serious grinding. I've been at it for about an hour looking for Swords Dance and haven't found it. That's just for... That's... Uh-oh. Looks like our sprites are a little messed up. I got a nice little mustache. Yep, this happens. We just gotta do another reset. But anyway, we've been at this for a while, so hopefully we will find ourselves a lucky Eradicate. Yeah. Why can't you just sell TM75 and make my life a lot easier? Mm-hmm. No, I don't want to be a part of your drawing. So, anyway. Let's go see if that trainer has Swords Dance. I highly doubt it. What are the odds? What are the odds that I run into Raikou? I mean, let's throw the fastball at it, right? Probably not going to catch it, but I'm just cruising back over to that trainer. Yeah, it's going to run away. No problem. I thought that was neat. Alright, so here we are. So far it's used Focus Energy, but I bought a bunch of X Speeds because they were cheap and they're not really going to do anything to make this fight better. So it has used Hyper Fang and it has used Focus Energy. My bet is it has Sucker Punch and Pursuit. Oh, Bite. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use a potion. It's no big deal. We're trying to see what that last move is. Bite. Okay. Focus Energy, Bite, and Hyper Fang. Pursuit. Okay. So that we don't have a lost battle, there we go. Now, looking through the move list again for SoulSilver, all normal moves really is what I looked. There's a move that I kind of forgot about, which is Vice Grip, that Krabbies know. It has a base power 55, so it's not the 60 base power that we can get, but it still is a potential move. Right? The reason that we're looking at these moves at a base power 60 or less is because of the Technician boost, if y'all forgot about that. It boosts it by 1.5%, so a 60 base power move is actually 90 base power, which is pretty good for something that doesn't deal recoil damage. So Smelling Salts would be just shy of that at like 87 base damage. Pretty good move. Almost as strong as what did we use in the Emerald run? We used Hyper Fang in the Fire Red run, and then we used Headbutt, I believe, in Emerald. Both of those are base power 70 moves, so yeah. Speak of the Krabby. You know what? We're gonna waste some turns here. and see what this thing has. At level 19. Has Leer. Leer again. It's probably going to do a lot of Leers. Harden. Used another Leer there. Bubble Beam. Leer. Goodness. Oh, that's right. We can't do anything because we can only use so many of them. I forgot about that. We can only use 6. Huh. Mudshot. Mudshot. So that Pokemon doesn't have anything that we want. And really, we're looking for Swords Dance next. Then we will be looking at, you know, potential stuff for an attacking move. So, with all of this being said, it is a struggle to figure out what we want to do as far as a moveset. So, that is the point of playing the Smeargles, and I think that's a lot of fun. Messing around with different moves, looking up things. It's been a lot of fun. Alright, we're in Cianwood. We are going to take Chuck on. We don't have our Swords Dance like we wanted, but I do want Fly. Apparently, after we give Jasmine the secret potion to heal Ampharos at the top of the lighthouse, the Safari Zone warden will call us and open the Safari Zone up. So for the first time in any playthrough I've ever done through Heart Gold or SoulSilver, we are actually going to make our way to that side of the world so that we can potentially get a Swords Dance for our Smeargle. Now, we're going to try Chuck. We're going to just speed through this and see what happens. And he's got 2 Pokemon, starting with a Primate. I figured an Aerial Ace would take him out. But his Poliwrath has Dynamic Punch, so we're going to put it to sleep. We're going to put it back to sleep. We're going to hit it with an Aerial Ace, and that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. We're a bit over-leveled, but for Smeargle, there's no such thing as over-leveled. Focus Punch, that's what they have. They changed it from Dynamic Punch. So now we get the AHM for Fly. We can easily make our way back to the lighthouse. And I did actually catch myself a Farfetch'd so that we can use Fly. And we could use Cut if we wanted to. There's the beautiful Aerial Ace. Knockoff isn't that great. None of these other ones are that great. So now, with a little bit of magic, we can actually fly around the map. It's really nice. And a quick run over to the lighthouse here. We should be able to go up the elevator because we did this. I battled all the trainers in here. We can simply give Jasmine the secret potion. There we go. Boom, boom, lit up. Everything's good to go. She leaves. And I like the change to the elevator as opposed to jumping down the holes in Gen 2, breaking your feet and legs as you fall all the way back down. So there's our call from the Safari Warden. And just like that, we are going to make our way back to Cianwood. Because this is Route 48 here. And we want to try to find a Farfetch that has Swords Dance there. Hopefully getting another sketch before we get there. We may have to go do some training. Meaning I might have to fly out of the area. There are some trainers to battle going that way, I believe. And Smeargle is 4 levels away from learning its next sketch. Which we're going to get rid of Rock Throw. And hopefully this all works in our favor. If not, we're going to have to go play Voltorb Flip. And I figure grinding 4,000 coins and buying Swords Dance means I can cheese Swords Dance, right? Oh. Aw. It's one of my favorite mons, Dunsparce. He used Yawn. We're going to take it out. It's locked into rollout. And we killed it. I forgot he has 3 Dunsparces. That's pretty cool. I love Dunsparce. So, yeah, let's get over to the grass. Let's see if we can find ourselves a Farfetch'd that's level 25 that hopefully knows Swords Dance. So as it turns out, if I was playing Heart Gold, I could get a level 25 Farfetch'd. But because I'm playing SoulSilver, I can't get a level 25 Farfetch'd. They are level 24. So my options are pretty limited to what I can do. If we look at this whole list again, the potential for like Eradicate that would know it. I don't think we have another. I've been to Union Cave, routes 38 and 39. Mount Mortar has a potential, but it is a 10 and 5% chance depending on where we're at in Mount Mortar. And then it's not until like Route 47 with a 5% chance of finding it, and then off to Kanto to find it. So I'm gonna play Voltorb Flip. I'm gonna get the TM, and then I'm gonna I'm going to ease it. I have learned that like this row right here, row 7, has a 0 Voltorb, so there's 0 chance of Voltorbs in this row, and there's 0 in this. There's 2 Voltorbs in this row and 2 Voltorbs in this row. I don't know how to like guess. So we might actually have to like watch a video so that we're getting more than 6 coins per time we've done this. It is tedious to say the least. Like, that's a really good run. But then I blow it, right? So this is our life until we get 4,000 coins, and then we're gonna buy Swords Dance. We're going to teach it to something. We're gonna go fight a Ditto. We're gonna let it learn the moves, and then wait for it to use Swords Dance against our Smeargle and get it that way. I know that's a cheesy way to do it, but this grind right here is going to take me hours. So I think it's okay. You know, sometimes the answer is literally right in front of your face, and you're just overcomplicating things. I don't need to go spend a bunch of time playing Voltorb Flip and getting a bunch of coins and trying to learn how that game works and all that stuff. When I have a Farfetch'd that I can level up to level 25, and it can learn Swords Dance, and then we can go fight a Ditto, and our Smeargle can learn Swords Dance. Sometimes I like to overcomplicate things. And yeah, let's move on as we go through the Rocket Hideout. I still haven't gone and fought Jasmine yet. That is the next thing on the bill after we beat up all these Team Rocket guys and beat up Price. Alright, so after some silliness and Rocket stuff, let's go fight Price. Right? We've got 2 gym traders to take on, and though Price is actually the 7th gym leader, his level set is lower than that of Jasmine's. So we're going to hit a couple of Swords Dances, and then we are going to sweep his team. Yep. Pretty easy. Which is why I wanted Swords Dance in the first place. I think having any attack boosting move on a Smeargle is good. Being that we can actually have, or that rather Smeargles have a equal
attack and special attack, we actually could do a run through where we get a special attack heavy Smeargle, and that opens up our options for many other moves like flamethrower and stuff like that. Yep. Many options. But let us fly to Olivine, and let's go try to beat up Jasmine's Pokemon. This one might be a little bit more difficult. I remember the first time I ever did this and thought, wow, they added trainers to Jasmine's gym. That's so cool. They didn't. So what's going to make this fight a little bit difficult is she's got 2 Magnemites. So as we're trying to set up on one, we should put it to sleep. Full Swords Dance. Because they can put us, or they can paralyze us. I don't believe that they have static as an ability. Wow, look at that attack. Oh my goodness. That Steelix is a beast. Okay, so Spore the Magnemite. 1, 2, 3 Sword Dance. And a quick attack. We got the Paralyze from Thunder Wave, which sucks. We can Spore the Steelix. Yeah, this fight's gonna be a lot harder. For once, we're actually challenged in our gym battle. Oh, that is 2 full paralysis in a row. That is so annoying. Okay. I literally just have Orin and Pecha Berries. So I've got to hope for good sleep luck. Relying on sleep strats is not always great. Because the minute the Magnemite wakes up, it does that. It paralyzes us. And I think with a paralysis, we're not going to be able to... Well, maybe. I was going to say, we might not be able to win this thing. The Steelix sets up Sandstorm. Jasmine's got some potions. These full paralysis are just whooping us. We could have probably beat the Steelix, but you see how many times we were fully paralyzed? Boy. Stay asleep. Thank you. Okay, this is our best run chance here. No paralysis. Steelix coming out. We should outspeed it. Put it back to sleep. The Sandstorm is fine. There we go. My goodness. Okay, so that gives us our 7th gym badge. Technically our 6th, but who's counting? That means that all we have left is Claire, the Dragon Trainer. But we do have quite a few things that we have to do. We should be getting a call from Professor Elm, saying something about the Team Rocket and weird stuff going on the radio. Now, back in Pokemon Silver days, you could actually, let me heal my Smeargle real quick. You could actually make it all the way to Blackthorn City before you did the radio tower stuff. The radio tower is quite annoying because you gotta climb the radio tower. Then you gotta go through the underground, and then you've gotta climb the radio tower again. But see, this guy stops you. This guy stops you until you beat the stuff at the tower, so we can't mosey on to Blackthorn City. We've gotta go back to Goldenrod and do the Team Rocket stuff.
And I believe that in this game we've got to dress up. If I remember correctly, we've got to go... Yeah, this guy tells you you can cross if you're Team Rocket, which we are not. But then we come over here to the underground. And this guy will actually dress us. Which, I honestly wish we could keep this. I think it looks so cool. And then we go over here to this grunt, and our rival of all people sell us out. Because he's doof. Yeah, all that to go up the tower. So, we're gonna fight the rockets all the way up. We're gonna go to the underground. We're gonna go back up the tower. It's so much stuff, and it's a lot of grinding. This game is more balanced than the original ones, but in Gold and Silver there was quite a level gap between Chuck and Jasmine. And then if you go and do all of this stuff, well, this you can't do until after you beat Price and Jasmine. But if you go do all this stuff, it does prepare you for Claire. So it's nice. But yeah, let's go beat up a criminal organization. Because, you know, cops can't do this. A 10-year-old has to do this. Makes sense to me. I wanted to gain my next sketch and get rid of Quick Attack and learn a move. We're going to get rid of Quick Attack, which has been a great move for us so far. And we are going to get ourselves Vice Grip from Wild Krabby. Now, we came into the Slowpoke well to do a little bit of EV training. I don't know if it actually worked. But I wanted to use this time to gain a level, and might as well. I'm hoping that we can wait for our last sketch at level 91 until after we've beaten the Elite Four. Now, the Johto Elite Four are actually a little bit weaker than the Kanto Elite Four, meaning we should be able to have a little bit easier time with them, especially the fact that we have Spore, we have Swords Dance. We're going to take them on at whatever level we are. The reason I want to wait is because after we beat the Elite Four and we come back to New Bark Town, we then meet up with Professor Elm, who gives us an SS ticket. We go to Olivine City to get on the SS Aqua and head over to Vermilion, and whilst we're doing that, Professor Oak actually meets up with us, upgrading our Pokedex to the National Dex. Once the National Dex has been acquired, we should be able to go to Mount Mortar and encounter Pokemon like Makuhita. Hopefully getting the move Smelling Salts, which is going to be our final move, because it's going to be just a tad stronger than Vice Grip. So that's the plan. So anyway, we're going to go do some fishing, try to find ourselves a Krabby, and get ourselves this move. In actually no time at all, we got Vice Grip from a Wild Krabby in Cherry Grove City. We just fished for the old rod. I think it was our 4th encounter. So we now have a base 55 power move that is 100% accurate. We have Spore, we have Swords Dance, we have Aerial Ace, and we have full HP. We have a couple of moves missing from Sword Dance and Vice Grip from the last trainer, and we are going to give Claire a run for her money. So, speed up time, let's go. And she says she can take herself against the Elite Four, right? Oh, come on. Alright, so we're at +5 here because of the Intimidate attack drop from Gyarados. But there goes Gyarados, there goes Dragonair, Kingdra, one shot. You can stand up against the Elite Four, huh? You couldn't even stand up against a Smeargle. That's why you're so upset about the fact that I need to go to the Dragon Den and do all of the things that you couldn't do. What am I even doing right now? I shouldn't even have done what I'm doing. Oh, dang it. I should have ran to here and got out of the gym faster. But no. Oh my goodness, So a couple of things. First, the reason my mom is calling me is because I've opted to let her save money after a while. Because I found out that the only way to get ourselves a silk scarf that we have on our Smeargle, which is right here, it says item, was to let her buy it for us, which she's calling saying that she bought some more useful items with our money. So I'm going to need to fly back to New Bark Town and stop that. I also deposited like 100,000 Pokecoins to her because we haven't really been using money. Not really using items in battle and things like that. Oh, we don't want to... Oh. No. Sentry can learn Whirlpool? What? Oh my goodness, this thing is so versatile. Do I have anybody that can learn Waterfall? I seriously doubt it. The only thing we need Waterfall for is to go up Tojo Falls as we're heading to the Elite Four. Anyway, I need to go back to my mom and get the money away from her before she spends it all. Because we did get a Silk Scarf rather quickly. So, we're going to have some trainer battles in here. We're going to get the Dragon Claw and the TM for Dragon Pulse, I believe. Because this is a newer game. We're going to fly to New Bark Town, stop the money-hungry mother, and then make our way to the Elite Four. There's not much standing in our way. There's a handful of trainers, but with our Smeargle at level 63, probably going to hit the mid-70s while we're rolling to the Elite Four. I honestly think we're good. Oh, I did get a ribbon, too. I got this because I have used all the EV points that I could possibly use, so my Smeargle got the effort ribbon. I thought that was neat. Little badge on the Smeargle. So one thing I forgot to mention while we were battling Claire is I actually almost lost an entire run to her in the Nuzlocke challenge. If we were playing hardcore rules, I would have technically lost because I whited out to her. Her Kingdra is bulky, but you don't have to have a super effective move. We've already kind of talked about that in clips past to beat her, right? You just gotta be smarter. And had I known what I know now, Nuzlocking is gonna be something that's gonna be easier going forward in the future with these struggle runs that I've been doing. Honestly, Smeargle has been a very easy very easy Pokemon to get through here. What are Pokemon to us? Friends. What helps me win battles? Cheating. Strategy. Don't care, I'll fight anybody. Violence is the most important thing when raising Pokemon. Strong Pokemon or weak Pokemon? You guys have mostly seen me use weak Pokemon. So anyway, I think those are the reasons that Whitney was so hard is because you didn't expect the rollout from her, sweeping your team. And Claire has that Kingdra that has no weakness, right? Other than Dragon. So, because of its water typing, it resists ice, which makes it a pretty good Pokemon to use. This is so funny that Sentret is the one that's cruising over the whirlpools. And yeah, I'm not too worried about the rest of the run with the Smeargles other than this annoyingness. Give me the TM, thank you. For Dragon Pulse, I did forget that it's not as simple leaving here and going to the Elite Four. We do have to go do the Lugia stuff. And I kind of wish I was playing Heart Gold. So, we're going to go do some more storyline stuff and finish this out. And the next time I should see you guys is going to be in the Elite Four. do believe I did say that we have a rival battle before Victory Road, or before the Elite Four. We're at the end of Victory Road. So the same old strats apply. We're going to try to put this thing to sleep and set up a few Swords Dance and then sweep the team. I do believe there's nothing on his team that can actually do anything to us. Even his Magneton goes down to 1 hit, and that is it. One more Aerial Ace takes out his entire team. Now, I'm curious, he's in Victory Road. Did he actually beat all the gyms? Because you're not supposed to be in Victory Road unless you have beaten all the gym trainers, right? And we do have 2 rare candies that we've picked up. I wasn't really searching for them. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves to level 70. And we're going to do some shopping. We're going to do some selling of stuff. We are going to box all of our other Pokemon and get ourselves prepped for the Elite Four so that we can take on everybody and hopefully sweep through this thing relatively easy. Alright, our first challenge, Will, the Psychic-type trainer. This honestly shouldn't be bad, shouldn't be hard for us. I mean, these Pokemon are in the level 40s. So as long as we can get off a couple of Swords Dances, and I think we're just going to go 2. 2 for this trainer. We should be able to one-shot everything. There are, like, online damage calculators and things that we could use to guarantee that we're going to beat these Pokemon so that we don't have to waste a turn using 3 if we don't need to. But here we go to Koga. Ah, Koga. He does have a fortress that can go boom. Can I not put you to sleep? Yep. That's my fault. Yeah. That is completely my fault. Alright, so no setup on Koga. We will run through Will once again. We know we can beat Will relatively easy. 1 Swords Dance, 2 Swords Dance. Destroy everything. Oh, Smeargle, Smeargle, Smeargle. I thought that these challenges were going to be relatively tough when we started them back in Fire Red, but this Pokemon has proved to be, with the bright training and nature and things like that, it has proved to be a really, really good Pokemon. So, I think, let's try an Aerial Ace, because it's super effective. Yeah, it works really good. We can put the Fortress to sleep. I said we can put the Fortress to sleep, set up all the Swords Dance, and then mow this team down, right? We don't have to worry about his double team strats. We don't have to worry about any of that. Crobat did use double team, and we're going to keep our old moves. We're going to give up on level 71 Sketch. If it got too bad with Koga, that is why we have Aerial Ace. Moving on to Bruno. Shouldn't be too challenging. His Hitmontop. We're going to try to set up a Swords Dance. We don't want to get too greedy, because his Pokemon are what I was worried about. 1 Swords Dance is enough to pretty much sweep through most of the team. And we did it. Wow. And you know, I have ran through 3 trainers without healing once. So let's heal before the Karen fight, and let's also take a look at our moves. We're still sitting pretty good, I think, with power points, right? So let's go take on Karen. Lance is going to be the last one we have to take out, and we will use up some ethers and stuff if we have to. Now, Umbreon, fun little fact, this thing is quite tanky, and when I was fighting the Kimono girls, I actually had to use 2 attacks to take it out, even at level 30, whatever it was. So, yeah, it's a pretty bulky Pokemon, but with our Swords Dance boosts, we should have 0 problem with her team. Could have used all kinds of Pokemon, but a Vileplume, That's what you had? Alright, so in the bag, we have a max elixir. And this is where we are going to use it. Which has fully gained all of the PP, level 72. Let's take on Lance and his dragons, and see if we can beat him. Now, Lance doesn't have all dragons, right? He's got a Gyarados that hits us with an Intimidate. So we're gonna buff ourselves to +5 and try to sweep his team. He's got a couple illegal Dragonites, which always was funny to me playing this game growing up. He's got a Charizard and an Aerodactyl. The Aerodactyl was the one that I thought we weren't going to be able to beat, and with 5 HP we did it. That was actually kind of close. I choked a little bit. This is probably the easiest run we've had yet of Smeargle when it comes to beating the Elite Four. We beat this guy first time. This is insane. Well, every trainer except Coco we beat the first time. But here we go. Smeargle, my dude. The painter Pokemon. Yeah, look at that. Level 73. Oh, man. League champion. That's what I'm talking about. So, now that we've beaten the Elite Four, we're not done, right? We still got things that we can do. So now that we've got our hands potentially on the national decks, I should have learned that sketch. I should have honestly got rid of Vice Grip, but I didn't want to do that prematurely. But now that we've beaten the Elite Four, we can get our hand on the national decks, we can get our hands on a lot of things, and we can go sweep the trainers of the Kanto region. So, post-game time. I want to get all the other 8 badges, and like I said, I want to battle Red on top of Mount Silver and see if we can beat him. See if Smeargle can take out a massive team such as Red's. Should be able to do it. This little painter puppy dog is a beast. And anybody that doubts him from this point forward, well, you gotta show him these videos. So, of course, our first trainer battle, or gym leader rather, in Kanto is going to be Lieutenant Surge. He's got a decent little team, and we're probably going to get paralyzed. Yeah, there it is. And, of course, Raichu is going to use, Raichu is going to use Double Team there so that it can up its evasion. And it looks like we got a strong match here. And the paralysis is going to do some serious damage to us. Oh, it knows low kick. That's why it's killing us. Okay. It looks like Lieutenant Surge has got a decent little team here that's actually posing more of a challenge than the Elite Four. So we're going to spore this thing. We're going to hit for a Swords Dance, and then we're going to anticipate a Wake Up. And I know I said no items in battle, but we are going to heal. And then take this thing out. Take out and just sweep his entire team, hopefully. There we go. Quite annoying. There we go. Yikes. So, combination paralysis with double team is a great strategy. I forgot that's pretty much the whole reason that we kept Air Lace on our Smeargle here, I do not want to talk to my mother. I told her not to save any more money, but I know she's still saving money for me, and I don't know how to change it. So it's fine. So now that we're in Kanto, we have a whole laundry list of things to do, right? We have Saffron City that we can go to, and we can take on Sabrina. We can go over to Celadon and take on Erica. And then we've got to go over to Lavender Town and talk to the radio executives. We're going to have to then go to Cerulean and bypass Cerulean, going over to the power plant. Then we're going to have to go back to Cerulean, get the generator part, go up here and bug Misty at the Cape, then fight Misty. We can then come back, I believe, to Diglett's Cave and wake up the Snorlax, which will then take us out to Pewter. And then, let's see, we've got a couple of things. We can get to Fuchsia, Cinnabar, which we have to fight Blaine over here in Seafoam. And then that's it. That's all 8 badges, and then we can go talk to Professor Oak and get access to Mount Silver. Yes, that is the goal. It's getting to Mount Silver. Now, I do have the Gen 3, or the National Dex. I did go over into Mount Mortar, and unfortunately, I was not able to find any Gen 3 encounters. I think we had to get on the boat where I fought a guy with a Bronzor, and I think now we have the opportunity. I'm not 100% sure. But Vice Grip is going to do us pretty good, and we may just stick with Vice Grip. That may just be what we do. So, let's head off into Sabrina's gym and take on her first, I guess. Not too long later, here we are at Sabrina. So we're going to... This should honestly be a relatively easy battle. None of her Pokemon are very bulky defensively. So I don't even think we really need to set up, especially on Alakazam. Okay, I was wrong. That's right. He's been nerfed in Gen 4. It's not the same weakness. This is not Gen 3 that we're playing, so... There we go. We'll just hit 3 Swords Dances and we will blast through the team this time. That's much better. Alright, so that is 2 Kanto badges done. 6 to go. Like I said, I'm going to head over to Celadon City now, and we're going to go take on Erica and her gym. And then we will go over to Lavender Town and do all of the storyline stuff that we still need to do. Once we get the generator part back and we get the expansion card for the Kanto region, we can then come over to this house here and go back down to Vermilion, get a Clefairy doll, and get the Magnet Train Pass, allowing us to go between Johto and Kanto much faster. So that's going to be nice. But first, let's go beat up a Grass Trainer. Alright, we're at Erica. We have healed, and I didn't want to leave the gym to go heal at the Pokemon Center, so here we go. So just like with any other battle, we are going to go ahead and hit some buffs. And then we are going to sweep her team with Aerial Ace, right? We have a super effective move. Why not use it? It's going to make this a very easy battle, and considering her Pokemon, that's 3 Kanto Gym badges to our liking. Nice. So, it's going to be a little bit before we actually get the next couple of badges. If I can remember how to get out of here. Because we've got a long road ahead of us to do the whole storyline stuff with the radio tower and the power plant and all of those things. So let's go grind that out. Get us some more badges and finish our quest here at dominating both Johto and Kanto. If you actually watched this video and you know anything about SoulSilver, the Gen 4 remakes of Gen 2, then you guys have probably been yelling at me this whole time. But it turns out that once we have the radio card from the Cerulean events, we can actually search a radio station, and on Wednesdays there's going to be a channel called Hoenn Sound, and there's going to be a channel on Thursdays called Sinnoh Sound. Once we have that, we can then walk through specified areas to get both Pokemon from Hoenn and Sinnoh, which is kind of a weird thing. So Makuhita does not spawn in Mount Mortar until I have the radio playing on Wednesday. So with that being said, I think we're going to scratch the idea for smelling salts, and we're just going to stick with Vice Grip. And with all of that being said, now we're going to take on Brock. His team shouldn't be too bad, despite them being rock types, provided they don't do whatever it is that the Graveler just did there. We should be able to one-shot everything from this point on with 3 Sword Dance. And we outsped the Kabutops, which is good. Yeah. We need better sleep luck. That is the best sleep luck that we could possibly get. So we know we'll make it to the Omastar, and the Omastar is going to be the only thing that we can't one-shot. Lord Helix himself. A little bit of healing from Brock is not going to matter. My goodness, how many... There we go. That was truly intense. So now we have a couple of options that open up to us. Now that we've beaten the Diglett's Cave and all that stuff, we can go down to Viridian, Pallet, make our way to Cinnabar, and I believe we could get to Fuchsia that way. In the old games, you actually had to go down Cycling Road and things like that. We can bypass Viridian as well and not fight any of these trainers. But I think we're going to go ahead and fight all these trainers just to keep leveling up, right? We're at level 81. We're going to be level 82 very soon. So, I actually don't think that we can take on Blue until we've beaten all the other trainers. Maybe that is a specific thing to Gold and Silver. I don't know. But we've got 4 Kanto gym badges under our belt right now. We have 4 more to go, so let's make this as quick as possible so that we can go battle Red for the ultimate showdown at the top of Mount Silver. Alright, we've made our way to Blaine. We got a save under our belt, and let's go battle Blaine. So we're gonna do the same strats that we've been doing. Swords Dance, pay attention to the Pokemon waking up, pop all of our Swords Dance, and then a Technician boosted, Silk Scarf boosted, Stab boosted Vice Grip to take out all these Pokemon. I know I'm burned, but we were able to take all of his Pokemon out really easy. One thing I forgot to do was actually go fight Misty because I was looking at, you know, getting a different move, but it was all in vain. I do like the remakes because they did add Seafoam Islands back, which is pretty nice. But now it's time for us to make our way back to Cerulean. And I think I'm going to head to Fuchsia first. I can't, can I? I have to go through Seafoam Islands if we wanted to go that route. So, we did meet Blue over on the actual Cinnabar Island, and he will not leave Cinnabar Island until we show him the other 7 gym badges. So now that we have 5 under our belt, let's go get number 6. Quick little run through all the trainers in Misty's gym, and now it's time to take on Misty. Just like in every other battle, we are going to Sport to Sleep, Swords Dance a couple of times. I don't think I actually need to go full Swords Dance here. It really depends on the Pokemon that she has, which I don't know because I haven't looked up ahead of time. And we took them all out. We might have actually been able to do that battle without the Swords Dance buff. We were able to take out most of this gym without it. But hey, that is 6 badges in our pocket. Kanto, eat your heart out. But it is now time for our beautiful Mons to either go down the long, daunting task to Fuchsia this way, or come down Cycling Road rather quickly to Fuchsia City. I do want to battle some more trainers and have my level, you know, potentially as high as it can get, but it is what it is at this point. Red is going to be a challenge, I think. And I don't remember his Pokemon in the remake, so we'll just have to see what happens when we get there. But anyway, on to Cycling Road and to Fuchsia. Whoops, I forgot. I forgot to save and I forgot where exactly Janine was at. So Crobat is a rather fast Pokemon that does have potential to use some pretty devastating moves on us. So since I forgot where she was at, I'm going to go ahead and heal one time. And we're going to throw down with the rest of her Mons, which should go down just the same as everybody else. We'll alternate between some aerial aces for super effective damage against most of her Mons, but it wasn't that hard. Yeah. I could have sworn that this was Jasmine over here, so that's the one I was heading towards last, but I was wrong. It's been a while since we've been in, you know, a Gen 2 gym, let alone the Gen 4 remake. So, that means we now have 15 badges. We have all of the Johto League badges, and we have everything but the Earth badge from Kanto. This is awesome. So, it's off to Cinnabar Island to talk to Gary, or Blue. Get him to go back to Viridian, and then finally take on his dominating assembled team with probably the same strats that have won us every single battle since, well, we learned Swords Dance. It's kind of a cheeky moveset, but you gotta use what you gotta use, right? Just showing off that Smeargle with a little bit of strategy is a good mon. Relying on sleep strats, though, is kind of terrible. So, I forgot that they actually did do a little bit of a remake for Gary's gym here. So, we are going to have to go through the little bit of puzzle and make our way to Gary all the way at the top here. In no time, we're at Gary. Well, Blue. I wasn't really worried about too many of the trainers and stuff in the gym, so we kind of skipped them. And we're just going to do the same thing. Paying attention to the sleep as we speed through this. And it's time to Vice Grip the entire team. Arcanine does give us a stat drop, which is fine. We couldn't one-shot the Rhydon, which is also fine. Now we're only at +4, and we still took out the Gyarados. It's nice to see his team pretty much in full force outside of a Kanto starter. It's really neat. Trick Room is a neat little move, but we're not going to be using that. We are just going to get out of this gym. Alright. Present in appreciation when I picked something up, but she completely forgot to give it to you. You don't have to... something that would be very helpful. You should come here and pick it up. I'll be waiting for you in my lab in Pallet Town. So, it's time to go to Professor Oak. Talk to him. He should give us access to Mount Silver and our final battle of the run. Smeargle has done so well. We are sitting at a very high level. Oh, he gives us Rock Climb. I forgot about that. Do we have anybody that can actually learn it? Because unfortunately for us, It's a fighting type move? Oh, I probably need to go train up Nidoran. I bet you that, the Nidoqueen could learn it, right? And I don't remember what level she evolves at, but I do have a, Moonstone. So we're going to fly over here, we're going to go battle some trainers, we're going to try to evolve our Nidoran, and go from there. So Nidoqueen can learn Rock Climb, so we got it evolved to a Nidoqueen, and we have made our way through Mount Silver, and we are at the top, the summit, to fight Red. Let's go ahead and make a save. We are level 91. And let's let the music play. Starts with his level 81 Pikachu, 88. That's right. Oh, and it outspeeds me. Ooh. It got a critical. Yeah, got a critical hit. Alright, well, let's try this again. Iron Tail missed. Swords Dance. Swords Dance. It wakes up. I'm dead. I think we can do this with a little bit of RNG luck. I said I think we can do this with a little bit of RNG luck. If not, we are going to actually have to gain 9 more levels on our Smeargle. All I have to do is get past this Pikachu. So let's try to pop a full restore. A Swords Dance, and of course the Pikachu wakes up. Oh man. This is wicked. There's a Thunderbolt that didn't crit this time and still killed me. My defense and special defense is less than 100 right now. So, this is a battle. And honestly, I can't get much higher than what I am right now. But it's still doable, right? I knew it. I knew the dang thing was gonna wake up. For the most part, we have been relatively lucky through this run, and it's gone very well. And Smeargle is not a great Pokemon, but we have learned to play with it. It's fun to play around with. We've used 3 different movesets through 3 different games. We've used a couple of different strats from each game, and now we are struggling, right? I mean, this is Red. This is the max trainer. Level 88 Pikachu. I forgot it was buffed in this game. Why is your Pikachu so dang fast? I did not spend any EVs in speed either. Wow. So again, like I said, we're gonna throw ourselves a few more times at this guy. If not, I'm gonna have to leave. I can't even take a Thunderbolt. Oh, I do not want to go grind 9 more levels. Why? Why is the RNG so terrible? It missed 2 Iron Tails. This is what it is, man. It's because I have other plans that I want to get this video finished up and start another one. It doesn't want me to finish. Hail killed me that time. So I don't like the addition of hail on top of the mountain. I really liked the kind of at the summit, but you were still in a cave. No weather in Gen 2. So yeah. Let me throw myself at him a few more times, see what happens. If we can get past this Pikachu, I'll bring you back in. I should have never even hit the key. As soon as I hit the record key, I got the 3 Swords Dance buffs and I got past this Pikachu. Now all we have to do is hope that we can actually take all of his mons out. This guy is bulky. But we got it with a crit. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Venusaur. Aerial Ace to take it out, nice. Charizard is the last mon. Can Smeargle beat it? No! Oh, he outsped us. Oh, and all of his mons are super buff. Okay. Okay. We did good. We got close. Alright. We're level 100. We're back to red. Let's try this thing. Nope. Same old thing. We can actually take a little bit of a punch now, as you can see there, but the hail is going to take us out. So we've got to burn a turn healing. And I didn't bother to buy too many more full restores, went around battling trainers, so I sold off a bunch of stuff. And yeah, we're down to 20 full restores. Hopefully that'll get us through the battle. And we're really hoping for some good sleep turn here, which we don't get. It's just gonna be RNG luck at this point, right? Putting it to sleep before it kills us. If it uses the Volt Tackle, apparently we can't survive that. Yep. Can't survive a Volt Tackle. We can survive a Thunderbolt and an Iron Tail. What we're really hoping for is an Iron Tail miss. Iron Tail miss would be the ideal start to the Pikachu. So we're gonna hit a Swords Dance. And it woke up immediately. Oh. Level 100 Smeargle is no chance, or no... has very little chance against a level 88 Pikachu. Is it gonna wake up? It always wakes up. It sleeps for 1 turn. Where is the sleep luck? Okay, there was a better survived Thunderbolt. Stays asleep this time. Now it wakes up. Ah. And this time, Hail takes us out, so we're just gonna have to keep trying. RNG luck is not in our favor here, but I believe that throwing ourselves at red enough times, we will get back to that one fight where we almost won. Right? If we can set up on Pikachu, we should be able to do a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, we still don't outspeed the Pikachu, which makes sense. It's a pretty fast Pokemon. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep throwing myself at it. Wish me luck. Alright, we got past the Pikachu. We're on to his other mons now. I did put on a Quick Claw, hoping that maybe I can outspeed the other mons if we need to. I don't know with level 100 if we're gonna outspeed the Charizard. So I'm a little nervous about that. Let's try... Last time we just went for it, this time we'll heal. He used a Dragon Pulse. Okay. Flare Blitz. Almost took us out. Are we really gonna do it this way? Oh, what I didn't see is if I outsped the Charizard. I should have just went for it. I'm hoping that this Quick Claw, you know, that we got on our Smeargle here activates so we could get a Spore off sooner. Like, actually get the outspeed. I don't know if it'll work or not. Well, there it did. Oh, we did it. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be the test. Do we outspeed the Charizard or not? Because we cannot heal. It doesn't matter. Vice Grip takes all of his mons out. We outsped it. We did it! Oh. Smeargle is the king of Johto and Kanto. We did it, everybody. Oh. Wow. So that is SoulSilver with Smeargle. Level 100, we beat Red, who was by far the biggest challenge we had the whole game. And I'm having a lot of fun doing these runs. So this run is going to be my last one for a little while. I've got some other things that I need to focus on. I've just had a little bit of time not being able to get on the Truly Bedrock server reliably. So I'm going to pivot from the Smeargle runs after this one is uploaded and probably work on another Pokemon run. We're not going to end this series. We'll do that. That one's going to take a while, I think, and then we will move on to probably something like Diamond or Pearl with Smeargle and see if we can't beat all of Sinnoh. We have beat Kanto, we have beat Johto, we have beat Hoenn, we have beaten Kanto later, and we have... Oh, there's Teddy Ursa, and he's so cute. So next is Sinnoh. We've beaten 3 regions. Then we could move on to Unova and potentially even get Kalos up and running and see if Smeargle can't be the champion of 6 regions. We'll see. Anyway, that is going to do it for me here on this video. This one's probably going to be a fair bit longer, maybe like the Magikarp run. I don't want to edit these things down and voice them over after the fact and write a script and all that. I think it's a little bit better seeing me struggle through this and the process that I take. We had some clutch RNG there at the end, and I'm thankful for that. But honestly, this game was not difficult. We walked through a lot of these gym trainers and stuff, and obviously Smeargle with a move like Swords Dance or Belly Drum with a strong attack move dominates. Having the sleep strats so that we can set up also helps. And we could play around with this on the other side of the coin. We could go special defense, or special attack rather, for our Smeargle, right? Technician would boost those moves. We could do a Calm Mind trick. There's many things that we can do. But I'm super happy to see my main man, my level 100 Smeargle, has beat the entire region. With some decent stats, I might add. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know by leaving a like, leaving a comment. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We do all sorts of things here. We're kind of branching out with the Pokemon stuff. Check the description down below for all the different ways to follow me, including links to Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. There's a link to the second channel down there, as well as Patreon. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.